Hi everyone. So in this lecture, we're going to go over how to set up data files based on your needs and how you can add more bits and timers and counters and integers and floats to this program. So as you can see on the left panel, we have data file option. We already looked over the outputs and inputs, which are kind of set by the IO configuration we have. Then S2 stands for a status. If you double click on that, this is where you can read the status of the PLC, what's set up, like you can, what mode the processor is in, power behavior of the processor. You can change it to not go to run. Then under here, you have your catalog number, serial number. You can read all this back to the PLC and even display on the HMI per se. Then under math, you have a couple of overflow registers of what we are doing with all that stuff, what kind of channel 0 communication is set up for, and all that thing. This is same as the stuff that you would find under the processor status. So, and now comes the fun part. This is where your binary is set up for. By default, it only gets you 16 bits or one word of binary. If you want to add more, you want to click on properties of the data file. You can make it an element of 10 and apply. Now we have 10 times 1660 bits. So yeah, you want to add more. So when you're trying to program something and you want to keep some space, you can do that with the binary bit-based bit system. This can also be used as a now on the next one. This is the timer. If you want to add more timer, you do the same thing as we did. You click on this and add, make it a 10, and now we have 10 timers on this thing. Then you have counter. It works the same way. We make it a 10. Now we have 10 counters here. Now integer is the same. You can use each bit from your integer. Yeah, so that's how it is set up for. Now you have all the integers here. And let's close that. Okay. And float, and that's the same way. You can have up to, I mean, whatever number of floats you want, you can show them up here on the screen. And you also can change it to 10, so you can see all 10 in one row, or change it to 1, so you see all floats in a, yep. So I like that. So okay, that's what we have for the data files. Now there is no rule that you can't add more. So let's say if I want to create a new data file, I come to new. You can select the type of file you want to do. It could be long, it could be a message, it could be a PID if you want. And if you want to, let's say, do a binary, and I want to name it B9 and have 20 binaries in it, so I can do that and make it global so everybody can use it. Or you could make it local specific to each file. So if you do global, click on OK. Now we have a B9. I'd like to rename it. So we just added another binary file that we can use for our programming purposes. So it's not really end of the world if you don't have enough in the B3, but it's good to have it like this. So yeah, that's it for the data files. In the next lecture, we're going to go over, in the next lecture, we're going to start programming now. So, all right, see you in the next one.